On this episode, I had a few days off in San Antonio, Texas, so I decided to drive down south with a few friends and check out one of the Mexican border towns that surround the state of Texas. All right, so we made it to Nuevo Laredo, Mexico, and we're gonna see if there's any Nintendo stuff. I hope I can find at least something to make the trip worthwhile. If not, I'm with my boys, we'll have a good time either way. Hey everyone, I'm here with my boy Raul.
Yo.
And my boy Luis. He doesn't want to talk. We're here at the flea market called Los Rieles in Nuevo Laredo, Mexico. It's about a flea market that's about a mile each side, so it's 2 miles total. And it's pretty long, has a lot of vendors, and right in between there's train tracks with a train that actually passes during the flea market. So this flea market is kind of like a maze because it's on both sides, so you get lost a little bit. But one of the first stands I saw this Game Boy case, and of course I grabbed it, I opened it up, and there's a Game Boy, a few games, the charger's in there, everything's in there, which is pretty rare to see that, it's a complete set. It's very clean. I asked the gentleman how much, and he said 2,500 pesos, which is about $150, $140, something like that. So I'm gonna pass on this one. Soon after that, I found Zool for Game Gear and Battle Tank and Super Breakout for Game Boy. We're having a great time so far here at the flea market Los Rieles, which translates to the rails, the train tracks. Here I am buying a lot of Nintendo games. I bought I think it was 12 games. Got them at a great price. And there's a lot of toys here, a lot of vintage toys. If you're into toys, this is a great place to come check out. Me myself, I know a little bit about toys, so I check them out always, but I don't really buy because I'm just not 100% sure. But the Matchbox and the Hot Wheels cars is something I'm just getting into, and that's a huge universe, huge world. So I did see a lot of those here, and I highly recommend it if you come to look for just toys. Here is it's a sports title for Game Gear. He wanted too much for it, but you do see a lot of resellers here also. Some of them at a good price, some of them not so much, but I always tend to check them out because you never know if they can slip on one or two items. Maybe they don't know what they have. But this gentleman here had a couple of PS titles, and he had Red Racer for NES. I ended up buying that from him. This gentleman here has some good vintage NES Nintendo toys, like this Spring, the Mario 3 character, I believe it is, from over 10 years ago. So pretty good area there. Once you head outside of the aisles, you see the outdoor section of the flea market. I guess it's the Overflow. Once you make it to the other side, you hit the Overflow section of the flea market. As you saw, that train is there. It shows up and then it just stays there. So some people wait for it to leave to cross over to the other side of the flea market, and some people just go under. But it can be there up to a half hour, maybe an hour. So we decided to go under it. So that was interesting. Here outside, of the flea market. You see more toys, more games, lots of clothes. There's an Xbox. And over here, this guy had very few items. I guess he was almost done, but I did get Final Fantasy 11 for Xbox 360. Got that for a great price, something like $3 or something like that. But I think that was one of my last items that I did purchase. Overall, a great day, great times with friends, and got to visit another town in Mexico that I hadn't been to. So here's all the stuff I got. Here we go with Gacha, 2 copies. I got Puzznick, the football game, I forgot what it's called, Rad Racer, Exodus, that's a Wisdom Tree game, Codename Viper, Capcom game, Spy vs. Spy, Fisher Price, I Can Remember, I believe that is, Silent Service, and Back to the Future 2 and 3. I got those all for $30, so I bought that lot from the same guy. I think it's a great price because I was missing a few of those games and some of those will go up for sale. Final Fantasy X1 11. Got that for the Xbox 360 for $3. I got Zool for Game Gear and the other Game Boy game, which is the 2-in-1. That is Super Breakout and Battle Zone. $5 for both. Then after this flea market, I was hitting OfferUp. I was hitting Craigslist in San Antonio and the Austin area. I was hitting flea markets, garage sales. None of it was filmed, but this is what I found. I found this soccer figure from the 90s, Italian, for $3. That was at a flea market. On OfferUp, I got these box games, Jeopardy. I got Wheel of Fortune. All complete in box, manuals, the foam, the cover, everything, the poster. I got Pinball Black Box game. You see the corners are almost mint, which is pretty rare to find these days because, you know, people don't save these games like they should. The tennis game has a little rip up top, but I got all of them for $55 and the golf. These are great titles. I've been looking for some black box games, so I'm gonna hold on to those. Got this stencil pencil holder. I don't know. Now I have N64 cleaning kit in box. I got that at a garage sale. That was a good price for that. I believe it was $3. And then I also got at a garage sale for Xbox 360, Halo 4, Call of Duty, Halo Reach, Call of Duty Ghosts, $12 for all. Don't usually buy Xbox 360, but it came with these. Mario Galaxy, Fling Smash, and Wario. I got those for $5, so that was a whole $17 thing. Got Pokemon the trading game for $1, and that was at a flea market. No, at a garage sale also. So the bag of Hot Wheels I got was just as a starter kit to kind of get into looking at, you know, the tires and the metal bottoms and all that, seeing if they're treasure quests or not. So I got those just to mess around. And then I got these World of Nintendo and Amiibos all together at a garage sale. The Link, Wario, Waluigi, and the Famicom version of Rob. This one is complete in box, not like the El Salvador one that I got for myself. That's $10 for all those. So great items. And then in Austin, I got this Freddy figure. That was one of the things that I collect, Freddy and Jason. So I'm going to keep this one for myself. Got it for $20. It's in awesome condition. And lastly, I bought this guitar. It's a Memphis brand guitar. Memphis was it was from Japan, I think. Their whole thing was copying Gibson styles and shapes, and not necessarily the sound. But I got this guitar for super cheap, and I had to get it because I had the hard case, and the Memphis guitar is pretty rare. For $35, I think it's a great deal. So those are all my finds from OfferUp, garage sales, yard sales, flea markets, Nuevo Laredo, Mexico. So guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time, whether it's this country or another.